Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello. Welcome back to Clicking Bricks. Welcome in. TJ here. Welcome in. Amberlia is unfortunately not here once again. She is once again busy with work, but we are still here to provide you all the Lego news, all the things for all the releases that are coming out in April. So we're here. And yes, welcome back to Clicking Bricks. This is April 2026 releases. I'm your only host, TJ. And welcome in. We had KO, who was here before the stream started, King Oldendorf over on the Twitch side, Organized Oblivion also on the Twitch side, welcome in, and PBJ on the YouTube side, welcome in. Yes, of course, we are multi-streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Make sure to follow slash subscribe, depending on the platform you're on both platforms, especially on YouTube, because if you ever miss an episode, you can always be part of the replay gang and watch the episode back. Speaking of which, hello, Replay Gang. Hello, welcome in. If you're down there, whether you're live or on Replay Gang over on the YouTube side, be sure to give a like and click the subscribe. And if you're on Twitch, be sure to give us a follow and turn on notifications for both platforms, just so you get our live notifications. I'm not a student, KO. But yes, welcome in KO, Organized, PBJ, anyone else out there who may be lurking or being part of the Replay Gang. I need to get this up. Here we are, small talk. Hope you all are doing well. Let me know out there in chat how all of you are doing. I, for one, I'm doing all right. I've been doing good. A little tired on some days, but doing good. Had a little bit of an internet problem for a little while. Those of you who tune into my Twitch streams will know there was a bit of an issue, but fortunately it got solved before I had to stream. I built this recently. I've built Ryu. Nice Ninja Dragon Ryu's battle. This one's really nice here. Really nice dragon. Looks a little bit funky with the mouth because they've reused the old mouth mold. So it looks like this is his jaw, but this is really his jaw. So interesting choices by Lego. Yes. Yes, of course. KO does mention it. It is April 1st for a good portion of the world. It still has yet to hit for us here in North America. But if you're watching this live or if you're a very early replay gang, just be careful. Take everything with a grain of salt as far as any sort of leaks or things go. Remember the date that things are happening. I do know there have been some actually official reveals that have been dropping in the past couple of hours. I think the next TMF series got revealed, and I want to say a couple of Disney sets as well. Not 100% sure when those are coming out. I know the CMF series is May 1st, so we will cover that next month. But yeah. So I built Ryu. I've been building some other stuff. Also getting that table ready for mocking. I do have some Lego to wash first, which is why the base plates aren't all set up. But once that's done, I can start getting my mock ready for Brick World Chicago, which is something I very much need to do as we're only 2 months away. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, it may already be too late, but if you're watching it live, tonight is the final day to request space. I want to say either in the email that I got or on Discord, Brickworld said they would accept requests after that, but they can't guarantee that you'll get the space. So it is sort of a first come, first serve deal. So yeah. So be aware. And then mock card stuff is May 15th. I think the deadline is for that. And then I think there's some other merch stuff that's out for Brickworld. So yeah, be aware if you're going to Brickworld, things are happening. Yes. Here we'll even hydrate. But yes, yeah. I mean, not too much else for me has been going on. Uh, nothing super crazy. Just been doing the normal Lego thing and normal life things, and we're all here. Oh, should get this. Hold on. I did attempt another model kit, and it was semi-successful. Be in the background listening as you're building for an ideas challenge. No worries, KO. I did build another model kit, the TIE Fighter. This is it's a nice model kit, but what's not so nice are the stickers. These stickers are very, very tiny, very, very small. I will never complain about the size of Lego stickers ever again. Quality is a different issue, but the size of Lego stickers is perfectly fine to me because I had to put some tiny stickers on. I haven't even put them all on. This is just some all like the front stickers are still missing, and I have not had the motivation to go and put those remaining stickers on because it's such a big such a big challenge and very frustrating. Yes. Yeah, so that's the small talk. That's how I'm doing. Hope you all out in chat and replay gang are doing well also. And yeah, let's get started with the releases, shall we? So let's do the thing and do the thing. There we go. I hope that played. I didn't see it on my screen, but I see it in the replay, so we're good. So let's get this up here. Today we are going to start with we aren't actually going to start with April releases. We're going to start with some March releases that Lego snuck in, stuff that they revealed after our March releases stream, but obviously, of course, came out before April 1st. So I want to make sure to cover all of that for you. Most of it isn't actually Lego sets, but it's Lego adjacent stuff. Figured you guys want to know, and we want to inform you all. Uh, First thing here is more Lego Crocs. So you guys remember these hideous giant uh, blocks for shoes that came out that were very expensive, and while those came out, I think I want to say like the 20th of March or somewhere around there, maybe a little bit earlier. They released a bunch of others, so they have a bunch of like both kids and adult sized Crocs that are actually shaped like Crocs and have some Lego studs kind of decorating the edges, which is interesting. I think a much better look than the giant blocks. Honestly, I think the giant blocks was just a test to see how many people would buy these ridiculous shoes, and a lot of people did. So that's where we are. Um, yeah, but yeah. So in addition, we've got what is it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven different shoes. Looks like three of them are kid size, four of them are adult size. Plus, we also have three little add-on packs. So you can get these little packs and attach them to your Lego Crocs, to the holes there. I've never worn Crocs. I've never bought any of them, so I'm not super familiar with them. But that's what you can do. You have a gaming 10 pack, Sunshine, and Master Brand. I guess it's just like typical Lego stuff. If they make a Ninjago one, I might buy that. Oaktown Bricks, welcome in. Good to see you over on the YouTube side. We're covering April releases. No Amberlia today. She is unfortunately busy with work, but we are still covering all the releases. We want to get that information out to you. And right now we're covering some March releases that Lego snuck in between now and our last stream. So starting with all the different Crocs. So those are there. Six, yeah. Wow. Oh, wow. Yes. So Croc stuff, this is all available now. Um, so you guys feel free if you're interested in Crocs to go and buy them. I will say if they released Ninjago Crocs, that would probably get me to buy. But beyond that, I'm gonna leave these alone. And then, ooh, Indulgent. Hi, Indulgent. Good to see ya over on the Twitch side. Welcome in. So yeah, indulgent. There's a bunch more Crocs, but they aren't shaped like blocks. They're shaped like regular Crocs. These are already out, but they're here, so you can get these things, and they're not nearly as expensive, which is nice. But yeah, so yeah, Crocs, interesting stuff. Interesting choices here. But yes, yeah. And then the other thing that Lego released, more shoe related stuff. They released two different Nike shoes that are both for kids, big kids and little kids. And they released a Lego set based off of them for $100. This Nike Air Max 95 Lego set. So 12, 13 pieces, $100. This came out March 28th, so right before our stream, only a few days before. And it is available now. Uh, Shoe looks all right. I do like what they did with the letters. I think the letters looks really good. And then it does include one minifig as well. side leg printing, dual molded arms. That's a solid fig right there. I will say that. That's a nice fig. And yeah, so you can pose the shoe. Looks like you can open up some stuff as well, which is very nice. Very, very, very. I guess it's a cool set. I don't know this. It's certainly like the shoe set, buildable shoe set that I like the most from Lego. I think it's the most well done, but still not of interest to me. But it's cool for those that are. You even get the Lego logo in there, which is nice. So yeah, I wonder. I don't know if all these are prints or stickers. I haven't seen any reviews of them, so I don't know for sure. But yeah, it's cool little set for those who are interested. So yeah, Nike shoe. So that's available for $100 right there. Or or I guess it only works for kid sizes. You could get either 132 or 160. Those are some very expensive shoes. Wow. Um, yeah, but yeah, cool stuff. So yes, so that's all the releases that Lego snuck in March. So that's all we have to cover that we missed, but not really missed because Lego didn't give us an opportunity to look at these before in our last releases stream. So let's do the thing. Let's get to the real stuff. And let's get to April 1st releases. Actually, before, looks like we're starting with this. I forget. I've already forgotten what I've done. So April 1st releases, there's a number of different sets that are coming out. But first, let's cover some current Lego promotions to keep in mind as you're going out for your April 1st sets. So currently, there is double points, but only on one set, the Flower Wall set. So is it this one? This Flower Wall set, which came out not too recently. We covered this a couple episodes ago. Think was it a February release maybe? I don't remember for sure. But this is available for double points, I think through the 5th. So you guys can get that if you would like. More interestingly, here we have the Camino training facility, which is available only with online purchases of Star Wars sets that are above a $160 threshold. That goes through the 5th of April. So, there is a new Star Wars set coming out April 1st, and I think there are some others up for pre-order at the moment. I don't know if pre-orders will qualify, but if you want a Camino training facility, missed out on a previous time it was a GWP, or you want another one, you certainly have the option here. Also available, you have the cute Easter Bunny purchases of $40 or more, any theme. Looks like it's online or in store, so you can get this anywhere you like. Nice little Wii polybag there. I love that we've adopted the Wii polybag thing across, thanks to Indulgence. So yes, that's very nice there. Yeah. Also, so in in addition, other things that are going on, we do have some sets on sale. I think a fair number of these have already been in here for a while, but they've added some new stuff. I can't keep track of everything. I don't check the Lego sales regularly because Lego sales usually aren't like the greatest of all time. But they have added some sets you can get on sale if you would like to. So Thunderfang, big standout for me, and Ninjago set there. Already on back order as well, so that's 20% off. There's some other sets in here. There's Able Sisters, 20% off Animal Crossing set. Tis your Lego legacy. Yes, it is indulgent. The Cyber Brain Mech from Dreams. That looks like a pretty solid set. That's a set I would like to get, and maybe I will. Maybe I will get that pretty soon. That's 20% off. Yeah, lots of other stuff. So some of these sets have been in here for a while. Some of these things, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, so there are some Lego sets that are on sale if you would like to get into sales. But yes, let's move on to the April 1st releases, starting with this the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Brickheads. $40, 567 pieces, includes all four Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, wow. It's a registered trademark of indulgence. Yes, it is. Yes, so, gosh, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I did not grow up with TMNT, so I don't know them super well, but I believe that's Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello. I think those are the names. I hope I got that right. I'm sure it says in the description. Yeah, there it is. Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello. I got it right, which is great. The only thing I've seen that's TMNT related is the animated Batman versus TMNT movie. I've seen that, and that was really good. But yeah, it is missing Master Splinter, I believe, who I'm not super familiar with either. But yeah, these look nice. I don't I don't know if the teal color works the greatest. That kind of feels a little off. I think these are all different shades. So Leonardo is the regular green, Raphael's like the bright green it looks like. Michelangelo's the teal, of course, and Donatello is more of like the I guess that's olive green. So yeah, that's pretty nice. It's nice that you get all four of them together, and they all have their weapons, and looks like Donatello has a pizza. That's really cool. Um, yeah, because he just has the staff. All the others have weapons in both hands, so had to give him something for his other hand. Although you can, it looks like swap the accessories around, which is very nice. Go on the stand. They're brick heads. Pretty self-explanatory with brick heads at this point. These things have brick heads been around for 10 years now? Wow, I feel old. I remember when brick I remember back in my day when brick heads were new. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, so you can display them all next to your little like pencil holder on top of these random cardboard boxes if you so desire. I don't know who takes these pictures. There's the back, so you it looks like you can clip their weapons to the back, which is very cool. Although I'm not sure about Leonardo's swords. I don't know if they'll actually go in there. It's not 100% certain with that. Maybe, maybe not. But the others definitely have clips that you can clip their weapons to. So that's really cool. Yeah, solid little set. It would be nice to get TMNT sets with minifigs again, I'm sure. We haven't had those since the early 2010s, but this is nice as well. They have found kind of their niche with brickheads here, kind of working that sub theme in and getting in all kinds of characters in brickheads because they are very collectible, I think. Um, Much like Funko Pops, I suppose. But unlike Funko Pops, you can take these apart and use them for parts. So it's the superior Funko Pop at this point, and you can mock your own as well, which is very cool. So yes, that's our only. Well, it's not our only Brickhead set coming out in April, but it's the only one releasing April 1st. So there's that. The other one's under Star Wars, which we'll get to. Next up here, we have the Douglas DC-3 Pan Am Airliner, 1,903 pieces, $220. Comes out, it says April 4th, but Insider's Early Access is April 1st, so it's part of this list. Also, if you're out there in chat or in Replay Gang, be sure to let myself and your fellow chatters know what are you guys picking up for April 1st. Let us know if there's anything you see that's interesting to you, anything that maybe you're not getting it right away, but you have plans to get it somewhere down the line. Just let us know. Feel free. So yes, yeah. So anyway, because I say anyway all the time, we have this airplane, Pan American, $220. Big display, very very big. It does look like the wings fold up. I think I'm not 100% certain, but it does have a display for the plane, a little display for the figs, which is really nice that they included minifigs. Have a few different airline related minifigs, which look really, really nice. All it's missing now is a Leonardo DiCaprio minifig. Because, yes, I have seen Catch Me If You Can. That is a movie I have seen. It's an enjoyable movie. Gosh, I think the first time I saw it, actually, I was in school. I don't remember why we watched it, but I did watch it. And then I've watched it on my own separately since then. So, yeah. So you can remove portions of the build to get a look at the I guess, microscale interior. I don't know if that's the correct terminology for scale, but you can see the pilot's controls and some of the seating for the passengers, which is very, very nice. The wheels do move, it looks like. Then you've got of course, the display there. Here is an adult posing with the airplane. There it is, half built, because why not? Yeah, there it is. There it is again. Once, where this is this is the house. This is the building with those stairs of death, the stairs of doom. I don't know if we'll get a better shot of them in this picture, but they're terrible stairs. But yes, some shots of the interior. That's really nice. Pilot seats with upside down battle droid torsos. That's a nice part usage. There it is on the stand, and I guess there's the gear. Maybe that's the gear to turn the wheels. I'm not 100% sure. I think there's video, so we can take a look at that. There it is on display on top of a book, because instead of reading the book, you're building the Lego set. There it is on another display. Yeah, there's those stairs again. Oh my gosh. And there's the back of the box. Yeah, let's see this video, shall we? You guys won't be able to hear it. Soar into aviation history with the airplane. I'm not going to read the whole name. Oh, they're putting text now in the videos. Interesting. All right, so you can open it up, see what's up, see what's going on. Okay, yes, that gear does retract the wheels, so that's good to know. Comes with a display plaque and a little display for the minifigs, which is very, very nice. And yeah, adult welcome. Once again, appealing to the adults. I know as well on Instagram there was a video of a guy building this at the airport, and then he almost leaves it behind. As if how is he gonna get that on the plane? How is that gonna fly? But anyway, this is out there for all you airplane collectors, 18 plus. This is one of those sets that, like, if you're an adult but you're not into Lego at all, this is like something you see, and it's like either it's like the one Lego set that you get and then you're done, or this is the set that like gets you back into Lego. Like you're wandering around. You like planes, you're wandering around, you see this on you like see this advertised in the Lego store in the mall or something like that, or you see it online or something and say, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna buy that. I liked Legos as a kid. I'm gonna buy that, something like that. And then you buy it, and then you're hooked back into the hobby again. So that's what this set feels like to me, a little bit. Plus, of course, it appeals to all like the diehard plane fans, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's the Pan Am airliner, $220. That is a bit expensive, but I'm sure there's some license costs in there for Pan Am. But yeah, cool stuff. Next up here on we're going a bit further than an airplane. Now we've got a rocket. We've got the Tintin Moon Rocket. 1,283 pieces, $160. This is our only idea set releasing April. So here we go. It's a giant rocket. It's got 5 minifigs and a dog. Yeah. It's yeah, I remember, like, I have vague memories of Tintin from French class, but I don't remember a whole lot about it. So we have the 5 minifigs here. This is Tintin, of course. I can't remember who the others are. I know the 2 ones. Here we are. Yeah, there's Tintin. Snowy's the dog's name, and then we have Captain Haddock and Professor Calculus, and then the 2 detectives, Thompson and Thompson, which is that's great names. And I like that they both get unique faces. That's good. And then of course these 3. So yeah, the bodies are all the same, but the head prints are different, which is really nice. And yeah. So yeah, where were we? So it's a giant buildable rocket, red and white. You can display it like that. And then you have like a little interior on the very tippy top where you can stick some minifigs, which looks pretty nice. Can we use the Professor Calculus head for a new Alex variant? Honestly, yeah, that could work. That could work organized. Let's hope it makes it to PAB. In which case, we will. I mean, like, yeah, this is clearly the best head for an Alex variant because it's got glasses, but these two could work in a pinch for Alex variants as well. Professor Alex Calculus, Alex Calculus 017. So yes, there's more of the rocket. It looks to mostly just be a display model, only the tiny bit of interior at the top, it seems. The rest of it's all like Technic frame holding it together, which nothing wrong with. Yeah, there's our only shot of the interior there. And you do get a nice display stand for all the minifigs. That's always welcome when you include minifigs in a set like this. Um, yeah, and there it is on a shelf. I don't know. I would question putting it in front of that window. The white might yellow a bit. It'll turn into a red and yellow rocket. But yeah, there's the back of it. This feels like another set that like gets people in their kind of nostalgia. People who consumed Tintin content as a kid, in whatever form that came. Uh, I don't remember if that was. I think was it a comic or was it a show? Maybe it was both. I don't remember. It's been so long, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool for those who are interested. I'm personally not interested enough, especially for 160 to pay that price for this. But it is a nice set, and I do appreciate that it came out. And I wish the best of luck to the idea designer who designed it and got this set made. I want it to succeed. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, so you can reveal the hidden control room and pose all the minifigs. It is very nice. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Gonna pause for a hydrate. All right, next up, we have the other category where Lego just kind of sticks random things. Um, this category does not show up under the themes. You just kind of have to search for a set and then click to the other category. But we have two sets releasing, and this other category is, I think, one of the reasons why we do these episodes for Clicking Bricks because I think these just kind of fly under the radar. These got revealed like the other week, few weeks ago or something, and I feel like everyone's forgot about them. But this is coming out, and you guys should know every set that's coming out. The first thing here, we have the gift box celebration. Happy birthday right there. So 224 pieces, $20 there. So it's a big gift box with a cake and other gifts and like fireworks, balloons, all kinds of fun things. Oh, even look at that balloon animal in blue. Has that appeared before in the blue color? I know I've seen it in other colors. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. It might have. It might not be a new color. And I have no idea how to find it. Let's try searching balloon. There it is. No, unfortunately, blue is not a new color. It has appeared in, looks like six different, one, two, three, four, five, six different colors. And blue is actually the most common color. Dark blue is the most common color. So unfortunately not new, but still cool to see. But yeah, so all these things, little like string of ribbons as well. And it's got a little, let's see what does the little like crank on the side do? Does that move the happy birthday sign? Is that what that does? There's the cake on its own. There it is. There it is. On display on top of your books and journals and things. There's the back. Yeah, I'm guessing that crank moves it, but there is there's just this video. But I'm okay, yeah, it does. This little lever crank thing definitely moves the happy birthday signs up and down, which is cool. Simple but cool. So yeah, this is like a nice little thing you can like get for a child for their birthday or an adult. You can get it for anyone really. I think Lego probably primarily has kids in mind when it comes to something like this, but it will work for someone of any age. I do think those happy birthdays are stickers, unfortunately. That's, I think, the only downside I see here. But other than that, it looks all right. Looks nice. So yeah, nice little happy birthday set. Nice little thing there. But it's not the only set releasing from the other category. We also have the Germany postcard. This is 240 pieces, $15. This is coming out here. So little display of Germany. Got a few different buildings. Got a car there. You have it looks like these are stickers as well. Unfortunately, that's a sticker. That's not going to be a sticker. That's too small, and those are not stickers either because I recognize them from Minecraft. But that's a sticker, and those are stickers. But you do have two options here between displaying the name in English or in German, which is very nice. Look at a couple different areas of the build. Some nice pieces in here, I think. Yeah, very, very nice. No car there. Nice use of those like dish pieces that go under cups. Of course, the cloud piece is very nice. You can remove some of the buildings and things as well, it looks like, which is very cool. Yeah, good stuff. Very, very good stuff. They even include like a little location there. Oh, I like the map made out of studs. That's cool. Although I guess that's just the world map set that came out a while back. But yeah, that's very nice. Nice little set there. If you visit Germany or you're from Germany, uh, certainly an option for you to pick up there. Very, very cool. So yes, those are our sets in the other category. Next up here, we have our one and only April 1st Star Wars set. Do some other April Star Wars sets, but we'll get to those because those are later in the month. But our April 1st Star Wars set, based on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, I believe, at least that's what it's themed under, is the New Republic X-Wing Starfighter. 558 pieces, $70, comes out April 1st, of course. Includes three minifigs. Includes over here, that's Carson Tava. What's her name? Colonel Ward, and then a New Republic astromech who looks very similar to R4P44 from the Arc 170, but I think is slightly different based on the printing that it has. So yeah, let's take a closer look at this. This is our latest Playscale X-Wing since I think the last one I think was 2021 with the $50 Luke's X-Wing, the last like regular one, because we did also have the Rebuild the Galaxy one, but that was a bit different because that had the detachable wings that you could swap out with the TIE fighter to kind of make the quote unquote ugly ships, I suppose. That one was yeah, that one is a little bit different. But yes, yeah, so three figs here. Got the X-Wing, got the ladder. Actually has landing gear this time, which the previous X-Wing I think it had the front landing gear, but it was non-retractable. It was just stuck out there. This looks like it is retractable with the hinges. So that is certainly an improvement. Nice to finally get Carson Tava, but I don't really need another X-Wing. Yeah, it is kind of like the latest X-Wing in a pipeline of X-Wing variants. It is nice to get a blue one. Because I don't know if we've had a blue one before. I know gosh, we had a couple different variants of Poe's X-Wing. Maybe it was a Resistance X-Wing that was blue. Yeah, I think so. But that was, of course, Resistance. That wasn't New Republic, which I kind of categorize New Republic X-Wings and Rebellion X-Wings as mostly the same thing, other than like the logos and stuff maybe might differ a little bit. It is like the same kind of model of X-Wing, the T65, I think it is. So it's nice to finally get that. Of course, with Rogue One, we did have Blue Squadron, but we never got any X-Wings for them, unfortunately. But yeah, it's very nice to see. Very nice to see this. I do like this a lot, and I'm glad it's a new X-Wing rather than a remake X-Wing of another X-Wing that we've had forever. Um, yeah. So yeah, this is pretty nice. Does all the normal X-Wing things. The wings do open up. They have it. This looks like a similar feature to the previous Luke's X-Wing. with how the Technic is built, I'm sure. Might be a little bit bulkier than the previous version because it is a little bit bigger. And this front end is also a little bit bigger as well, a little bit bigger and bulkier. More Star Wars snore. Welcome in, Opak. Yeah. That I do like this one. The back of the X-wing, that's a mech suit cockpit. That's a really cool usage, and it does have a little bit of storage space, which is an improvement on the previous X-wing. I see a lot of improvements. They had that bigger X-wing way back in 2018 that was $80, which that got really expensive. So they downsized a little bit with the $50 X-wing, but that had some drawbacks with that. The landing gear being static and just like the general smallness of the model, I think wasn't super well received, although I think it was certainly an improvement over the bigger X-wing, um, as far as like a play model. But yeah, I think they've certainly made a lot of improvements here, and I think this is looking really good. Plus, I do like the color scheme as well. So we do have the three minifigs as well. There's our astromech. Colonel Ward does have two faces, so you can have her as a pilot with the helmet. She gets her own helmet, or you can have her with her hair. And then there is Carson Teva as well. I think a character that fans have been wanting for a long time because he's appeared several times throughout The Mandalorian, appeared in Ahsoka as well. Did he appear in Book of Boba Fett? He might have. Yeah. So it's nice to see him finally represented as a minifigure. Yes, this is very nice. There it is in action. You do have some stud shooters. I think if you don't like those, you want to remove those, it'd be pretty easy to do so. They aren't, they're just kind of built in there. You can just rip them off, maybe replace them with tiles if you don't like them, which I would probably do, to be honest. Yeah, there's a kid messing around with it. It looks like a solid playset, and I will also point out this is $20 less expensive than the Smart Play X-Wing. So yeah, $20 less expensive and a far better looking model, and I think just overall, I think just more appealing to me, at least. I mean, with Smart Play, there is all like the lights and sounds and things that some people might be interested in, but I think this does a great job of being like a classic X-wing toy. And I think certainly I think parents, if they had to choose between an X-wing, they would choose this one probably because it's cheaper. Um, but I think I'd be curious to see how how the younger target audience does with this, whether they gravitate towards the Smart Play X-Wing with all the lights and sounds, or if they gravitate towards this more traditional X-Wing, because now we're going to have both on shelves. And while it is a different version of the X-Wing compared to Luke's X-Wing, that's the Smart Play set, they're similar enough to where uh, the consumer can compare them. Yeah, there it is. There it is on display. It looks very nice. There it is being built. Put their head. Is that what is that? A rock? He put his headphones on a rock. Why is there a rock? Who knows? I need to stop looking at. I need to stop hyper analyzing these images. But yes, and I like the background art as well. The Adelphi base. That's I'm assuming that's what that is. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, I'm curious to see if Carson Table will actually show up in this movie, in the Mando and Grogu movie, or if we'll just see Colonel Ward flying this X-wing and Carson Teva is just included just to like work that minifig in. But either way, we'll see. That's just speculation. As far as I know, not a spoiler. I have no idea. I have no idea what's coming out with the Mando and Grogu movie beyond what we've seen in the trailers. But yeah, it is nice. Yeah, I do have a feeling though this may just be Colonel Ward's X-wing, and then they just threw in Carson Teva to get that fig in the sack because it's like the logical place to throw it in, like they did with the Cobb Vanth speeder, which I just built. They could have made it scene accurate and like put in some Tusken Raiders or something, but they threw in Cad Bane from Book of Boba Fett, even though that doesn't match the scene at all, just to get that high demand fig in a set and out. So That's the route I could see it going. Anyway, yeah, so that's the New Republic X-Wing. It's looking pretty nice. I'll be honest, I do really like this. I do wanna get this at some point. I know I say, like, every 5 minutes or whatever that I want to kinda pull back on Star Wars, but they just keep sucking me in, and I do think this is a really solid set. Would I pay $70 for this? Probably not, not without some sort of incentive, whether that's double points or GWP or a sale. I prefer to wait for a sale, of course. Um, but yeah, it's a nice set there and does the trick. It does the trick. So it's pretty good. That is our only April 1st Star Wars set, but we will have more to cover in a little bit. But yes, our final April 1st set releasing here is the Luigi Mario Kart, Luigi and Mach 8 Mario Kart set. This is 2,234 pieces, $180. Of course, coming out April 1st. Includes this big buildable Luigi and cart to go with your big buildable Mario and cart. So they're continuing this collection. Looks very nice. I wonder how far they're going to go with this collection. How many characters they'll do. Yes, Luigi looks pretty good. I'm hoping. I would assume so based on the nature of the set. I'm hoping that like all of these things are prints. They look like prints, but who knows with Lego? You never know. So you can pose the card on the stand, or you can roll it, and it looks like turning the back wheels will turn the flames as well, which is very nice. There it is on display, with an adult messing around with it, getting some poses in there. There it is on your on just a table there. There it is on a shelf. What is that in the back? What is that? Can't what is happening back here? And then there it is on display with Mario. I think these two will make a really nice pairing. Zizu, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're talking April releases. We're on to Mario Kart at the moment. This is just how I like to display my Lego with a bunch of loose wires next to it. I'm sure many people pointed that out when it first came out, and I'm no exception. I'm going to point that out too because apparently that's what we're doing in Lego lifestyle shots. Maybe it's to represent that they're a gamer and they have a bunch of cords and things to plug in their games. Apply for land so you can ask about the background. I'm sure that's exactly what they want from a land applicant. Hyperanalyzation of the background uh, images. And then they also have a Rubik's Cube that they solved. That's very nice. Yeah, yeah, 100%, very goofy. But yeah, it's a solid set. Not really. I like Mario Kart. That's like the most exposure to Mario that I've had in my lifetime. Um, but this is just such a big set. It's not something I really have space for, really want to buy, but it is nice. It is nice to see. It is nice for those collectors. There's no video with this, unfortunately. But but yeah, you can get this. You can also get Mario. Mario's what 170, something like that. It's weird that they don't. Oh, yeah, there he goes. 170. There he is. So yeah, so you can get both if you want to have both. Yeah, 180 plus 170, that's like what, $350? That's a lot to pay for two carts, but they are very big carts. So yeah, so that's coming out. And that's our final April 1st set release. There is also something releasing April 2nd that I do want to mention. It is none other than the new Ninjago season. Dragons Rising Season 4 is coming out April 2nd. 2026. Look at that countdown, the US. You might even be able to watch it sooner because I think that's regional because it'll start coming out sooner than that. So maybe you can even watch it tomorrow. Who knows? Because it might hit other countries because other countries will get to April 2nd before we do, like Australia, for example. So we'll see. We will find out. But yes, we have the new season um, with the elemental monsters, the loyalists, and Lloyd exploring his green ninja stuff. That's all stuff that's been seen in like the trailers and things. Um, yeah, we're not going to try and watch the trailer. Look at those dragon forms. These are going to look so cool in the show. This is gonna be awesome. But yes. New Ninjago episodes. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. I love new Ninjago episodes. More Ninjago content is always welcome. But yes, that's coming out April 2nd. Be sure that's on Netflix as well. We'll see if Lego posts the episodes to YouTube because they've done that with the past couple seasons. But definitely on Netflix. And make sure make sure to support the official release. If you're going to go and watch the episodes, either wait for them to come out from Lego officially on YouTube on their official channel, or get the Netflix subscription, watch it, support it, show Lego that you love the show by supporting it through the official ways. As long as you're able to. If you're not able to pay for Netflix, you can always wait for Lego to release it on their YouTube channel, which I think they're going to do. They did it with the past two seasons, so I'm pretty sure they're going to do it with this one, but we'll see. New season, body is ready. I hope so, Zizu. I'm super excited. I'm really excited for a new Ninjago season. I love new Ninjago content. But yes, that is our April 1st releases, but we're not done yet. Let's do the thing. We have one more category. We have the April 2026 Star Wars releases. Did I not? Fine. It's fine. Maybe it was already sorted that way. We have the April 26th Star Wars releases, all the Star Wars that's releasing at the end of April. So this would be closer to May, but this is technically an April release, so we do want to cover them. We have the Razor Crest, 930 pieces, $150. I'm going to look at some of these more closely, so don't worry. We have Grogu, Mandalorian Apprentice, 1,200 pieces, $130. We have the Anzellan Starship, 701 pieces, $75. There's a New Republic X-Wing. I can't get rid of that because of the way that Lego does their website. We have the Darth Vader bust, 349 pieces, $50. The AT-RT Attack, 297 pieces, $45. Yoda bust, 399 pieces, $40. And Mandalorian and Grogu allies and villains, Brickheads, 661 pieces, $40. So we have all these things coming out. Let's start with the Razor Crest, a new playscale Razor Crest. Tried to fast forward the Star Wars talk, but it won't let you. You can't avoid it, KO. You can never avoid it. We have to talk about it. It's a new release. So we have the Razor Crest, which looks similar to the previous Razor Crest, but of course does have a little bit more yellow to it. Paula, welcome in. You think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan? I think that'd certainly be an interesting casting. That'd be fun. I think that'd be cool. I've certainly seen thoughts about that, but yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be open to see anyone play Darth Revan as long as they do it well. If you've watched the trailer from Maul Shadow Lord, do you think that the pink Twi'lek will become Darth Talon? I have seen the trailer. I don't know for sure. I'm open to whatever they do. Um, I'm curious to see. I mean, we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. I'm open to stuff with anything. Darth Talon is certainly an interesting character. That was a Sith that was way into the future in Legends. I think 140 years after the Battle of Yavin, part of the one Sith under Darth Krayt. So, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. But yes, back to the set at hand. We do have the Razor Crest. 930 pieces, $150 is not the best price per piece. Of course, that's not the only metric to judge by. But that certainly is that's not a lot of pieces, even if there are some big ones like the windscreen here. Never talked myself into buying the previous Razor Crest, so this one's even less tempting. For that Abe Loth might be coming to Ahsoka season 2, and Natalie Portman. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. Yeah, I do know. She's the mother from the Mortis God, or like kind of took up that mother figure. I suppose she wasn't originally the mother. Yeah, I remember reading the books. Same price as the old one, but less pieces. I think it's $10 more expensive, although it probably works out to be around the same with inflation. But yeah, less pieces. Includes a few different minifigs here. So let's take a zoom in. There's some more shots of it, but I think big factor, of course, with the Star Wars is the minifigs. It includes the new variant of Grogu with the armor. So he's got a new body piece and a new print there with armor. There's two different variations of Grogu in this wave, and it's the one with the armor. We of course have Mando. I don't know if Mando's new or not. I haven't paid enough attention. And then we have the big draw here. We have Zeb. We have a new Zeb minifig. Looks like pretty much the same as his appearance in Mandalorian season 3. And from the trailers, it looks like Zeb will be returning for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And that's going to be a big draw for this set. That's going to get. I think that's going to get a fair amount of people to buy this set. Yeah, yeah. And then we have Colonel Ward in a non-pilot suit. So this is like kind of like her New Republic kind of jacket, casual-ish form, I guess, casual-ish outfit. So that's there. And then a stormtrooper who has the clone trooper phase 2 pauldron because Lego loves reusing pieces that don't fit at all. So that's just Lego. That's how Lego does things. But yeah, that Zeb minifig. I'll be honest, heard rumors about this. Wasn't really that interested. I never got the first play scale Razor Crest. The Zeb minifigs is the only thing keeping it on the list. I'm really hoping that appears in a magazine somewhere or appears in another cheaper set, this Zeb, because that's the fig that I want, because that's really cool. Yes, the Razor Crest itself does open up a bit, so you get like a little, I guess, little table in there or something like that. Smaller than the last one, unfortunately. I mean, I don't mind that it's smaller because I don't have space anyway, but yeah, it is expensive. And then of course you have the cockpit in the front. You can fit Mando and Grogu. There's Grogu with something. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is that yes, that is Sigourney Weaver. That's her character. Colonel Ward is the name of character. There's the stormtrooper trying to get at Grogu, and Zeb doesn't like that. Here is someone posing with the set. I do like the inclusion of the E-web cannon. That's very nice too. You can open up the door, and there it is, all posed on the nice. That's a nice table. That's a nice hardwood table right there. It's a good table. Yeah, and then there's the back of the box. Looks pretty nice. Solid set. Good set. Yeah. $150 good? I don't know. But it does look like a decent set. This is definitely one where I want, assuming Zeb doesn't show up elsewhere in Lego sets, this is one I will wait for a sale on. It is nice, but it's very expensive for what it is, which I think that's a big issue with Star Wars these days. We have the big Grogu, buildable Grogu. I'm not going to take a huge closer look. Actually, I guess I can. I guess I could take a brief look. So yeah, Mandalorian Apprentice, $130. It's another buildable Grogu, but this time he has armor, and the another place where this particular version of Grogu with the armor print appears. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, it's uh it's an okay set. Just this really big buildable Grogu. Ugh. You can move around the head. That's pretty nice. Good stuff. Yeah, it's coming out. Um, Here's another one. Here's one that might be interesting to people. We have the Anzellan Starship for 75. This includes two Anzellans and Grogu. This, I believe, is the cheapest way to get Grogu with this armor print. So, only way to get that. This ship is very interesting, very much like built for the smaller characters, for the Anzellans, for Grogu. You have a battle droid that can be built up. That's pretty cool. You get two different Anzellans. I don't believe either one of them is the one that was in the Advent calendar for 2025, so that stays exclusive. You can open up. Nice open interior there. Got a workshop for the Anzellans. You got some cookies for Grogu. Battle droid that's being built up, and you have a cockpit area there. Of course, there's our three minifigs using the same mold, but they've got different prints. Yeah. It looks like a solid set. Nothing too serious, nothing like that really breaks the mold, I suppose, other than it being for smaller characters and that sort of scale. But it is a nice set, and of course, we don't really have too much context for this because this is part of the Mando and Grogu movie. So we don't know what's going on here. We don't know what's going to go on with the starship or why Grogu's with them or anything like that. But it is cool. I don't know if I'm going to get this one. I suppose it is a bit dependent on the role that it plays in the Mando and Grogu movie and whether or not I like that enough to consider getting this set. But it is a nice set. So, yeah, there's that. And then, all right, we'll get to the busts in a moment. Let's look at our other play scale Mando and Grogu set. We have the, what is this, the ATRT attack. So we've got Mando, who's hijacked an Imperial ATRT, which is very cool, with Grogu as well, versus, what is that? I don't even know what this thing is called. Imperial Remnant ATRT driver. So he's manning this gunner position here, but he can also drive the ATRT. So got a couple of things here. Grogu is different. It's a different print from the Grogu in the other set. So this is more like his appearance in the first few seasons. So that I mean, I guess that makes it desirable. It's nice that they included that in the cheapest set of the Mando and Grogu wave. Um, yeah, the ATRT looks similar to a lot of ATRTs. Like, is a similar concept of like where the legs pose, where the guns are. This turret is pretty nice too. We got some little like weapon storage and everything for the ATRT driver, and you can even store the extra studs in here. That's very nice. I do like when Lego sets do that. Turret can move around, it looks like. There's our three figs. We have Grogu, we have Mando, and we have the ATRT driver. I do love getting new Imperial variants. I do like the Imperials a bit. I've I wasn't a fan of them at first, but like all like the different variants have grown on me. And it looks like the Shore Trooper helmet still exists, the from Rogue One that they've since used for I think a few different minifigs now. So all I'm saying, Lego, is you need to make some Shore Trooper minifigs again. Those would be really nice. Oh gosh, and we still have the Death Trooper helmet mold as well. We saw that in the Night Trooper battle pack. A Death Trooper Shore Trooper battle pack, especially this year, for if they did that for the 10th anniversary of Rogue One, oh, that'd be brilliant. I hope we see something for the 10th anniversary of Rogue One. It'd be really nice, especially after the success of Andor and how much people love that. Yeah, 10 years ago. That mold's from 10 years ago, I think. Um, yeah. So this it looks like a solid playset. Got you got your standard hero versus villain thing. You got you know it all works out. I think the only thing I'm not really a fan of here is like with most Star Wars sets, the price $45 for this. That's a lot of money. I do not want to pay $45 for this set. This doesn't feel like $45 worth of stuff. I suppose it is nice, but it's not $45 nice. So definitely one that this is one I do want to get as well, partly for the figs and the builds are all right too. Um, but yeah, definitely not right away. Definitely want to wait for a sale on this one. So yeah. All right, we'll take a brief look at the Mando and Grogu brickheads. We have an Anzellan, which honestly it looks kind of cursed in brickheads form. We have Grogu, who's a little bit different from his previous brickheads appearance with the print there. We have, what is that? An Imperial Remnant Snow Trooper, which interestingly doesn't exist as a minifig yet. Yeah, we have Mando and we have Colonel Ward. This is a really odd picture to like advertise it with, although that's a nice print there. Yeah, I guess it's advertising some of the prints on the sides there. But here are all five characters, so that's what all five characters looks like. That's pretty nice. That's a nice solid lineup. I like that. Excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's pretty good. Well, Nice little like briquettes pack. Doesn't really appeal to me, but it's nice that they put it out there. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I already have Mando and Grogu from the two pack that they did a while back, and then none of the others characters really interest me enough to warrant getting brickheads. So ultimately, something I'd pass on. And then finally, here, let's take a look at the busts. So I'm assuming the helmet collection is over with because now we've got the busts. Lego wants to do these sets instead, where it's a bit smaller scale, and it's helmet and shoulders. So we have the Darth Vader bust for $50, 349 pieces, less pieces than the Yoda bust, but more expensive. Which we'll take a look at the Yoda bust in a moment and maybe theorize why that's less expensive than this one. But yes, the big thing here is that it does include minifigs, or a minifig, to display alongside your bust. It is Darth Vader, who's I think a relatively common fig at this point. This variant of Darth Vader. Nothing wrong with getting him in another set, especially a more accessible set like this. It's not a. I don't think it's the least expensive set Vader's ever been in, but it's certainly one of the cheaper ones on the market at the moment. And of course, you get like a little Darth Vader printed tile or modified plate, I guess, in the same style as the Starship collection. And then there's Vader. Looks pretty nice. I actually think Vader turned out really well. I think it looks really good. There's your Vader minifig, pretty standard stuff. Vader's head can pose. You can move it around. Um, yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice. This wouldn't be something that, oh, excuse me, that I'd get for myself. Just because, yeah, it's nice, but I don't need a representation. I don't need a Darth Vader bust on my shelves. It's not something that interests me. But this does open the door for other things. If they did any like clone troopers, I might be tempted. Might go for something like that. That'd be fun. But yeah, it's uh, it's a decent set. I think many people will be waiting for a sale on a set like this, just because $50 does feel like a lot. But it is nice. I think the scale's good, and it's done really well. It's just the price that has the issue. But the other bust here is the Yoda bust. This is 399 pieces and $40. And I think the running theory here is that it's cheaper because it's cursed. Nightmare Paralysis Demon Yoda. Oh my gosh, I just had an idea. Uh-oh. I had an idea. Get the Yoda bust, take the lightsaber out of his hand, and instead put in a brick built banana. Uh, because for those who run in my circles, you know about Banana Yoda. It's a whole thing. Um, yeah, yeah. For those who run in the Twitch circles, you'll know about Banana Yoda. But yeah, that could be something that might actually get me to buy this set. Uh-oh, oops, I've enabled myself. The only question is how to build a good brick built banana. Maybe some like flex tube hosing might be good to get that kind of curvature. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, anyway, back to the topic at hand. We have Yoda. Looks a bit cursed in the face, but it's there. Unlike Vader, does include the lightsaber and includes the Yoda minifig as well. I don't know if this is the exact same fig. I haven't taken a close look, but the last time we had a prequel Yoda was in the Yoda Starfighter, which retired at least a year ago, over a year ago, I think. So it'll be nice to have a prequel Yoda once again available on shelves as a minifig, although I think that's not too difficult of a minifig to get at this point. Uh, but it's always nice to see it somewhere else. And then, of course, you do have Yoda here. I think he looks a bit cursed in this form. There's your Yoda minifig, nothing super special about him, but he's there. Uh, there's another shot of it. You can move him around, do a little bit of posing with the ears and the head. Or you can also display the bust like this, with the minifig separate. And yeah, there's an adult messing around with this bust. Look at those eyes. Look at that. Yeah, it's yeah, this is certainly an interesting choice by Lego. I think that looks a little bit better when the I guess eyebrows or like the pieces above the eyes are slightly angled. I think that that looks a little better than what they advertised in the front of the box. But yeah, it's okay, but it's not great. And that's and that's kind of the theory is that they priced it lower because they built it and they're like, this does not look as good. But yeah, so it's yeah, this is coming out. So we've got our first two Star Wars busts and Vader and Yoda. I think Vader and Yoda are safe choices. Those are characters that everyone recognizes. So we'll have to see. It is interesting as well because oftentimes with these new concepts, whether it be Starship Collection or helmets or dioramas, they start off with original trilogy. This is, I think, the first time we've seen them have a prequel set in like the first lineup of these. So it is interesting to see. But yeah. So yeah, that is and that's it. That's gonna bring an end to the April 26th Star Wars releases. So let's do the thing. Let's do this thing and we'll do this thing. Hello. We'll do this thing. All right. And that brings a close to the April releases stream. That's everything that's releasing in April from stuff they snuck in March to April 1st to April 26th Star Wars sets that are going to be I think a bit more relevant once we get to May the 4th stuff. But yeah, lots of interesting stuff. Let me know out there in chat or in replay gang. Hello again, replay gang. Thank you for getting this far. If there's any sets that we covered today that you are all interested in, whether it's a day one pickup or you're going to wait for maybe May the 4th or some sort of special promotion, or if you want to wait for a sale or clearance. I, for one, I few Star Wars sets there that are interesting to me. The X-wing for sure. I think I really like that one. Probably my favorite out of the wave. I think the ATRT attack looks really good as well. And then the Razor Crest is like sort of on my radar, depending on how Zeb is released. I think beyond that, I didn't really see anything else from the other themes that really appealed to me. So yeah. Organized says the new April Pab was a bust, but I guess I should have expected that with December releases. Yes, Lego does release a new Pab every month. In fact, I can let me take a look at that. Tree. Yeah, it does make sense organized because there's not a whole lot of new stuff. Oh, they brought back the black beard, did they? Interesting. Yeah, black leaves are the biggest highlight for you. Yeah, here we can take a look at this. We might as well. Um, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, New Elementary, this website here will provide lists of all the new parts that Lego adds to Pick a Brick online service every month. So they usually I think it's 4 months after a set releases, they will add the parts to this set. So we've got a few different curved bricks, we've got energy effects, we've got the lower body here, some short legs. Blackbeard coming back, that's not a new piece, that's come back because I know that was on Evil Woo back in 2014 for Ninjago. But yes, as Organized points out in chat, black leaves, that's really cool. And then is that an angled plate in gold? That's really nice. And then a couple of other colored parts. Not a whole lot here for Pab, but black leaves definitely a highlight. I think that's really cool. But yeah, different parts. Upload to Lego ideas, save draft, but do not submit yet. Is too tired to write out the description. Glad you got your project done, KO. Description is just the last thing. That can be difficult to do. So best of luck. Wish you the best of luck with that. But yeah, new Pab as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, not a whole lot of new pad, but we should expect a lot more next month. And I'm hoping that there's There's a couple different parts that get added on there that that I'm after. But yeah, uh, yeah. So yeah, for me, Star Wars mostly, and of course the new Ninjago season, which I'm super pumped for. Super excited. Super excited to see these dragon forms in the show. This dragon form Nia. She was in the Ryu set I just built. Yeah, she's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. And then of course, yeah, yeah. I don't have too much else for this stream. There's not really too much else to cover. So yeah, April releases. That's April releases. So yes, yeah. So coming up for me, I suppose I'll just advertise myself. Of course, I have my Twitch streams every Monday night at I've been starting like around 7 p.m. Central since Alex is currently on a hiatus. I've kind of been a bit more flexible with my start times. Uh, Sometimes been starting a little bit earlier. We'll see about next week. But yeah, for my Twitch channel, make sure to have notifications on so you can get notified whenever I go live. And I usually post an Insta story both I've been doing one now both in the morning to let you guys know that it's coming and when I actually hit the go live button so that you guys can see. But yes. And then as far as Clicking Brooks episodes go, uh, last time I chatted with Amberlia, and thank you, Zizu, for the nice minifigs comment. Um, um, we aren't going to be able to do the second Tuesday of the month in April because Amberlia is busy with work. But I think we had potentially said the third Tuesday, so the 21st of April was going to be our next regular episode. We'll see. Of course, we'll post an Insta story the day of when we do our episode, and I'll talk about it as well on my own Twitch channel. So make sure you're hanging out over there to get any Clicking Bricks news. And then our next releases stream, which will be May releases, probably covering all like the May the 4th promos and whatnot. That I'm guessing will be the 28th of April, the last Tuesday of April, which I think that one's a bit more set in stone because we're doing the releases streams regardless of who's available because we want to get that information out to all of you. But with the regular episodes, we have to have both of us to get that good discussion in there. Um, so so yeah, yeah, stay tuned and make sure you are either subscribed if you're on YouTube, following on Twitch, and turn on notifications, whichever platform you're on, to get notified when we go live. So that way you never miss an episode. But if you do miss an episode, you can always check out the replay of the stream on YouTube. So, yes, yeah, that's going to bring close to the stream. On Twitch, we are going to find someone to raid. So, just give me a moment to close out all these tabs. And find someone to raid, see who's out there. Probably a few different people out there who are streaming. Yeah, some good stuff there. A few different people. Yeah, I think we can raid this person. Heading to bed now, so bye. Bye, KO. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, so Twitch, on the Twitch side, we're gonna raid. And on the YouTube side, it will just end. So let me get this ready here. So yes, thank you all for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Thank you both people on Twitch, on YouTube, and anyone in the replay gang as well. Big hearts. Really appreciate it. Hopefully when we're back next, Amber Lyle will be back with us. So stay tuned. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out during this stream. I really appreciate it. For the Twitch viewers, we are going to go over and say hello to Scotty Rotten. No, we're not going to say hello to Scotty Rotten because Scotty Rotten's settings don't allow raids at this time, so never mind. So we're going to go to the next one in line. We're going to go say hi to the Cheesy Dad. Not sure what's up with Scotty Rotten's settings, but oh well. Yeah, Scotty Rotten is on, so you guys can go and hang out there. Yeah, rotten luck. So we're going to go over here, if you're over on Twitch, say hello to the Cheesy Dad. So let's get the raid started there. So the raid is started on Twitch. Thank you all for hanging out. If you're on the Twitch side, make sure to stick around for the raid. It supports me, it supports the Cheesy Dad, and it's always nice to say hi to other members of the community. Organized, I really need to add that as like a command, and need to figure that out. But I'll have to figure that out with Amberlia. But yes, thank you for hanging out. I will see you guys next time on April releases on this channel or wherever we are. Our April show, I guess. I don't know. Words are hard. Um, and wherever else on the internet, whether it's my streams or other people's chats or anything like that. All right, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna end before I keep rambling on. Bye, everybody.